Welcome, Libra. This is your weekly focus for April the 9th through the 15th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Now, let's turn to the cards and see what they want to reveal to us about our energy that surrounds us to move forward in a positive light. Eight of Swords. Oh, our perception needs to change, or our perceptions are changing. We are looking at things so much differently than we did yesterday. Now, we may be looking at where we have bound ourselves, painted ourselves into a corner, where we don't really feel that we can move forward, where we feel stifled, where we feel like we can't go forward, and how change needs to be brought into those areas of our life. Okay. And the castle behind, you could even be looking at where you need to live, where you need to base your headquarters, where you need to plant yourself in order to move forward. And I don't really get that from this card for most, so must have something to do with this week for you. Or it's an illusion of how it represented you, or you thought it represented you, and you're breaking through it now. That must be important for somebody out there for me to say it. Okay, so we change our perceptions. We start to understand that we are not limited in some way, or there are no boundaries except for the boundaries and limitations we put on ourselves, or we allowed somebody else to put on us. And I think if we pay attention to this, when our perceptions start to change, when we start to get that little bit of doubt about a situation or a relationship, that we investigate it, that we look a little clearer to it. Because by week's end, you're going to go up to one of those swords. You're going to realize it's swords, and you're going to be able to cut loose your hands. And then you can raise that blindfold. And then you can turn around and do a 180 and see that there was never any swords behind you. And the swords that did hold you in were very loosely placed anyways. You could have knocked them over. And you turn around and you see the growth that can be in your life, the castle you walk towards, the enriched home life, a new tribe or family, or embracing the tribe or family that you have now. The moon, how fitting is that for, because we have the new moon at the end of the week on Sunday. So we are in the full moon energy, okay? And so it's very fitting that this card is here, because it's asking you to look within. It's asking you to understand what you truly want on your path forward, where you want to blend, what you want to be, the representation of you, what you give to the world, what you give to your community, what you give to your tribe, what you give to yourself. This is a time to dream. This is a time to pay attention to your dreams, waking and sleeping, most definitely. And it's being honest with you about what you truly want going forward. The Seven of Wands. Be careful with this card, because we are still in the Mercury retrograde as well all week. It's not till Sunday, when the new moon arrives, that Mercury also goes stationary direct, which means we'll have to go through a little bit of a shadow period, but things start getting a little easier on how we communicate, less things start breaking down. But this is you saying, this is who I am. This is who I am. I have belief in me. I have confidence in me. I know I can succeed. I know I can take on something in my life, something, I get this for you're standing strong for who you are, what you believe in, what your values are, and your path forward, your goals. Our underlying energy is the Ten of Wands, which says you have taken on way too much. Okay, the unconscious energy is something that we have to pay attention to, even though nothing is really going to send us in that direction unless we consciously do it ourselves. And it's time to look at your plate of responsibility, of obligations, of what you do for others in order to keep the harmony, the balance, the beauty in relationships and situations. Because one more thing added to the list and you are going to topple over. You are not going to be able to keep it all in balance and still go forward with a focus, with a determination, with the beauty of who you are to be. So we have to, in some ways, simplify. Okay, even though there's that castle again that we're heading towards, even though we've got that load under control on our shoulder. It's well balanced here, but there seems to be some really wonderful things that we are carrying forward with us, and it's mixed up with some deadwood, some things that don't belong on our path forward. Now remember, we have that full moon energy that we are going to be in all week, so this is definitely a time to unplug. Definitely a time to understand what needs to be our responsibility, our obligation, and what doesn't. We may be cleaning out the closets. We may be getting rid of the clutter in our life. And that could be through our relationships. That could be the things that we have obligated ourselves to, held a responsibility for. And some of those things are moving us forward, and we know that to be true. But some of those things came into our life at a time when we needed them, and we are just merely carrying them around with us now. So it's time to simplify. It's time to, yeah, simplify. Simplify the priority list so that you can move brand new, beautiful opportunities onto that list when the new moon appears and you go and plant those seeds. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a little bit of Thursday. Look at this. We have the Fool card. We are ready for the adventure once again. Look at how simple we are here. We only have that little bag at the end of the stick, the tramp suitcase there, only taking with us what we need. So the more that we can attend to this energy of releasing things that no longer bring value into our life, the more enhanced this energy is going to be to us. And so this is imagining your tomorrow. This is preparing yourself to take a risk on you, to step into new energies, new pathways, new ways of doing, being, becoming, your own self-worth. How do you love yourself? What do you do in order to show yourself that you love you? Okay, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in that full moon energy, so we're not actually stepping into this path, but we are preparing for this path. We are preparing for the new adventure, to be the pioneer, to step into a new way of being, a new way of becoming. So our overriding energy for the week is the Three of Swords. Oh, Cancer got this one too, but in a different position. This is the overriding energy. This is where hurt can come in, sadness can come in. You find out that somebody crossed you behind your back, or tried to tear you down your reputation in some way, or this is a part of your heart being broken. I'm sorry. I have no other way of saying it. I'm a very positive reader, so this card always tongue-ties me because I try and push through to see the positive, because there's always a positive. Sometimes we just have to search a little harder for it. But on the top, what I noticed when I was doing Cancer is it's two angels, and one angel is supporting the other so it doesn't fall. So in relationships that you are in, does it honor you? Do the people that surround you, that love you, that are really giving you a support, really giving you a groundedness, giving you a feeling of safety within their circles, within their lives, within the friendship or the relationship. And which ones just kind of let you fall, and afterwards maybe they'll be there to help you sweep up the pieces. But you may be looking a lot at relationships. You may be looking at the relationship and how it supports you in some way. And that could be a parent, a lover, a sibling, a child, somebody at work, somebody within the community, a group of people. It could be a group of people. Although I don't think as much a group as one individual, because that's what I got from this was individual. And be careful not to let your ego rule when it comes to your relationships then this week. Don't get on the high and mighty with somebody over something that you overheard, because with the Mercury retrograde, we can always miscommunicate, and we can also get in signals wrong, communication wrong. But definitely give yourself some time to see about the relationships that really truly move you in a positive direction, that they truly support you, that they don't try and pull you down, they don't try to deface you in some way. So we come out of Thursday with the Fool energy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, oh, look at that. We have the Chariot, pulling back on the reins, putting the focus back on your path, getting rid of the chaos and the dramas of others, the things that make you lose sight of your focus, your attention. You rein it in, so to speak. It's a truth seeker within yourself of where you truly want to go, where you want to forge forward. So there's energies that pull you away from your focus, distractions. It could be relationships once again. It could be situations. And it's putting the focus back on you and your path forward. And all these little dramas and situations that are happening around you, understanding where they play a part and where they don't. So reining it in, putting the focus on you. For work and career, the Four of Wands. So this is who you are. This is, what defines you. This is money. This is abundance. This is work. This is career. Okay, and it's almost like you are ready to go forward into a raised commitment, and it's with people. Okay, it's knowing that everybody plays a part in making this celebration happen, making this commitment strong, purposeful. So this could be you coming up with a great idea and forming the team, and everybody wins because of your strength, your leadership, your vision of the future. And it could be community work, it could be something that you put together within the community. It brings in an abundance, but I think the true abundance here is new friendships, new groups of people, new relationships, stronger relationships, strengthening relationships within work, within career, within the community, if that is a part of what defines you. For relationships, look at this, we have the Ace of Pentacles for new relationships, love and relationships. The Ace of Pentacles. Now, when an ace appears in any reading, it means that this path awaits you. So this could be a new relationship just waiting for you. So dress up a little bit better than you normally would when you leave your house every day, because you just might bump into them. New friendships. This could be bringing in a new path of love and happiness and joy, sensuality and passion in a relationship that you've been in that has had no spark. So think about how you can put the spark back into it. Know that it's a two-way street. A new relationship, absolutely. Deepening relationships, absolutely. Knowing the abundance of the relationship. So maybe you will be looking at some of your relationships. I've had this for a lot of the signs in different areas. Looking at our relationships and understanding which ones bring in abundance into our life, make us feel strong, protected, safe, respected, loved, and which ones do not. And what is our role in it? Although I don't think so much with you, it's what is our role in it. It's more of stepping into these new relationships, stepping into this new treasure of abundance within relationships that you're already in. Spirituality, the sun. Okay, meditate, pray, new moon affirmations, please. Um, you see your value, you see your worth, you see the new path to go forward in through meditation, through prayer, through reflection, uh, knowing that your accomplishments have gotten you to this point, and now it's time to go and step forward. So this is about growing your dream, um, expecting more out of your future than you have been. So growing that dream bigger and better. Your dream should almost, with this card in spirituality, your dream almost has to scare you a little bit. Like, could I really do that if I tried? Like, wow, I don't know. You're a little apprehensive. You're a little fearful almost that it could be a possibility. So grow those dreams until you get that, whoa, what if I got to that point? What if that magic came into my life? And when we're doing new moon affirmations, we want to affirm it, we want to believe it, and then we want to expect it. Health, well-being. Look at this. Nine of Swords. Okay, if you think right now that there's something really wrong with you, there isn't. You might be a little bit more concerned about your health and well-being, and that's good, but we don't want to be spending sleepless, restless nights tossing and turning, worrying about what the doctor's report is going to say, or that little ache or pain that crept in yesterday and you don't know where it came from or why. You're probably worried about nothing. Now, still, I'm not a medical doctor. You do want to seek professional help and make sure, but you don't need to sit there and worry about it. You don't need to worry so much about your health and well-being. Maybe you are taking you and your body and you are putting it against all the models and actors out there in the world, and you're like, oh, I'm really not up to par. Your par is your par. It's nobody else's, and we need to stop measuring ourselves against everybody else. So your hair isn't shiny enough or curly enough or straight enough or long enough or short. We can do something about short. We just cut it. But don't do that during a Mercury retrograde. I don't want to join the gym because I would look horrible in a workout outfit because I have to join a gym. That kind of thinking. The thinking that procrastinates you into not making a move in the right direction. And watch that. Watch that this week, where you actually put up the roadblock on yourself so that you can't improve your health or your well-being or get rid of that bad habit. It's like you've got it's like you got an app for excuses, and you just keep pulling one out of the hat until it sticks with you for a while, and you can go on your merry way and completely feign ignorance to that bad habit or something that's pulling you down and dissipating your energy. So it's time to be proactive. It's time to say, well, if I can't sleep, then I'm going to get something done, and that's going to tire me out, and then I can sleep, and I'm not going to have these worrisome thoughts about all the little things that hold me up from truly achieving a balance of vitality and a spark for my path forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.